Hi, my name is Aerica Karriem, and I am at www.mommylifestylesuccesstv. I am an advocate for mothers, and I help them fulfill their purpose, and I also help them get on their spiritual and financial path. Today I have with me Kisha Allen, and I have been knowing her for quite some time now, and when we get together, we just laugh all day long. So I asked her to be on my show, The Mommy TV Success. It's Monday, Motivating Monday. So, hey, Kisha, how are you?
I am absolutely amazing. How about you?
I am awesome. So I am so glad that you are able to come on with me. And I wanted to see what you are up to these days.
What am I not up to these days? You know
Really?
me. I'm just running. You know, the one thing I am determined is to live a full life. You know, leaving no stone unturned. So these days, I'm just determined not to live a what if life. So I'm pursuing my passion, chasing dreams, and just making things happen.
Good, good. I am so happy to hear that. Now, I am going to start asking you these questions, and one thing my viewer would like to know, who is Kisha Allen?
Wow. You know, honestly, I'm a servant. That's who I am. I'm a servant. I love people. I love the outdoors. I love living life. And that's who Kisha is. I'm just a happy-go-lucky person who likes to see others happy. So, and then in addition to that, a part of who I am is that I am a mother. I'm a friend. But Kisha, I'm just a happy-go-lucky person who enjoys life, who enjoys living life, who enjoys reading. You know.
Okay.
You name it, I do it. I love it. I just love life.
Okay. Now, if anybody wanted to know just two characteristics that you have, what would you say that your two characteristics are?
Are we talking physical, or are we talking...
Just whatever you want to tell us. It could be good. It could be something that you need to improve. Just whatever.
My smile. I always say my smile.
Okay.
I am known for my gigantic smile.
Okay.
And then outside of that, my personality. My vibrant personality. My energy.
And I can vouch to that. I definitely
yes.
can vouch to that. Okay, so I always ask my mothers, do you think that you have found your purpose?
I know without a doubt I have found my purpose. And if I can, you know, toggle you a little bit or shake you up, I truly believe that we all serve the same purpose in this life. And that purpose is to glorify God. That's what we were created for. We were all created to glorify God. Now, what is your call within that purpose? What is the vehicle in which you use to fulfill that purpose? That's a different question. But to me, the answer is not. Most people struggle with what's my purpose in life, and that's easily answered. Now, what is your call in this life? What are your gifts? Those are different questions. So if you've asked me, have I found my purpose? I think we've all found our purpose because it's given to us. It's told to us, you know. Now, my call in this life is to speak life, to speak truth, to encourage, to inspire. And I won't tell you what my spiritual gift is. I won't give you all of that because I don't need none of y'all calling me on some extra stuff. So.
Okay. Share what you will. Go ahead.
Right.
Now, I'm going to ask you, did you fight? Once you knew what your purpose is or your calling, did you fight it? Because I know a lot of us, we fought it. I know without a doubt, in the beginning, I fought my calling, my true purpose. So what about you?
Well, you know, in all honesty, and I will tell you, at first I didn't identify the call on my life. I didn't identify it because I'm looking for something tangible. I spent years looking, and I'm going to be honest with you, I just recognized mine last year. But the reality is that I think we know as children. What happens is people start to pile things into our lives and we identify with that. And so we start to attach to that thing. So I always tell people, I always thought my calling was to be a salesperson. Like I was the best salesperson in the world, or I was the best marketing person in the world. Give me a break. That's not it. And what I had to realize was that the call on my life is actually I'm a teacher. I'm called to teach. And again, I'm called to speak life and truth. And the way I kind of fell into that, and I say fall into, I mean, I've known it my whole life. It's just, to me, it wasn't quantifiable. It wasn't something that I could monetize. It wasn't something that I could capitalize on. So I didn't, I'm thinking, I want to be the world's top cheerleader, or I want to be the world's best CEO, or, I was putting it on titles, job titles. I was putting it in a career when a lot of times the call is not in a career. The gift is not what you actually do as a career. So what happened was, people are always confirming. I always tell people are always confirming your gifts and your call. They're always confirming it. Now, whether you listen and whether you accept, that's a whole nother subject. But in my situation, people would always say, oh my God, your energy is crazy off the charts. Just being in the room, I feel uplifted. People would always say, oh my God, you taught me so much. Thank you for taking time out of your day. Thank you for noticing me. Thank you for those words that you gave me. It changed my life, And so people were confirming left and right, day after day. For me, I just couldn't quantify it because I couldn't figure out, how do you put a dollar amount on that? How do you get paid to speak life? How do you get paid to speak truth? Most people that are advocating, guess what? They are not making a whole bunch of money. So, and we tell ourselves those things, but it's not true. So I do believe that we all know our calling from birth. I mean, I think we know. It's just people start to, when you're a child and you start to display these characteristics, or you start to show the gifts, someone may say, you can't do that. And then you stop and you say, you know what, maybe I can't. And you stop doing it. Or someone says, you know what, no. You're not going to be a speaker. You know what you're going to do? You're going to get over here, you're going to get in this position, and you're going to do sales because that's what you're good at. And people start to place labels on us, and they place us in spaces, and then we just accept it. And so forget what the call is, forget what the gifts are. You just begin to operate in the places that people allow you to operate. So.
Right. So that leads me to my next question. I totally get that. Had you ever had the chatter, like most of us, in the back of your mind? Am I good enough? Am I smart enough? Well, ain't no fat on your bones, but some people's like, I'm too fat, or I'm too short, or I don't have enough education. Has fear at any time stopped you in your tracks?
Let me tell you this. The scary part about life is that, this thing is killing us faster than anything else in this world.
Yes.
This thing. I remember, I always share the story that I was a teen mom. And so things are a little bit harder because people kind of look at you crazy, or, you have to raise yourself so the learning curve is a little steeper. So everything seems to take a little longer. And the funny thing is that I remember, I didn't have my degree, and I was being placed at tables where people who had multiple degrees were. And I would go home at night and I would cry because I'm like, they won't let me. There's no way I can do that. They're going to look at me stupid. I'm already sitting at the table. But up here, I was defeating myself. I'm sitting at the table. I'm interacting with these people. I'm operating in it. But up here, I kept saying, oh man, somebody's going to find out that I was a teen mom. Somebody's going to find out that I don't have a degree. Somebody was going to find out. And that consumed me more than anything. My own self-doubt, my own thoughts, my own insecurities began to consume me. And the people sitting at the table with me, they didn't care less about what my background was, what I was capable of. All they knew was that the things that they wanted me to know, I knew them.
Yeah.
Forget where it came from. Who cares? You know, so a lot of times we disqualify ourselves. People don't have to disqualify us because we do it for ourselves. So
right.
Yes, you know, I always tell people I am a very confident person, but I too, I struggled, you know, because I was young. I didn't know any better. And the world teaches us that if you don't look like this or you don't walk like that or you don't act like this, you won't fit. So it's up to us to really determine our own standards and operate in a space where we just don't, and not to say we don't care what others think or we don't really value what others are telling us, but sometimes, you know, I always tell people, if you don't believe it, I guarantee you nobody else will either.
That's right. That's right. So the lesson for that, everyone, I think is release the chatter that's in your head, right? Release it.
Absolutely.
Let it go. Because, and get out of our own way. We are always in our own way. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So I wanted to ask you, how do you handle stress? Because I know you are a big exerciser. Do you do that to relieve stress, or do you just love to exercise? Because personally, I'm allergic to exercise.
Loves to exercise.
But you know what? I play tennis for my exercise. That's what I do.
Right.
And but besides that, I'll dance for exercise. So how do you, girl, hip hop dancing?
As long as you're not twerking, as long as you're not over there twerking, I'm good.
No, girl, I don't do the twerking. No, but so how do you handle your stress?
You know, honestly, I am a processor. So I process things for what they truly are. And that kind of helps me get out of stress, because a lot of times we have stress because we've kind of added something on top of something and made it into this, we made a molehill into a mountain. And so the thing that I've learned to do is when things don't go the way that I think they should go, I sit down and I figure out, okay, what is this? Why is it not looking the way I think it should? Why is it not working like this? What happened over here? And so a lot of times, you know, the things that we stress us out, a lot of times are simple things like our relationships. A lot of times you have to look at that. It's not the person that's stressing you out. It's something going on with that person, you know? So, or when you have a issue that you need to solve, you know, what is it in this issue that's stressing me out? So I spend a lot of time processing, and I write a lot. And so when I write, and then one of the funny things is I have a girlfriend who, when I'm ticked off and I'm just mad, I'll type up a letter. Or I'll type something up and then I'll email it to her and I say, I need to send him this because I'm mad, I'm furious. And then she reads it and then she sends it back and she says, okay, I edited it. And I'm like, then by the time I've read it, I'm like, you know what? It ain't even really that serious. Done, delete.
Right.
So I have a draft folder filled with notes that I've started typing, and I've learned to do that just to kind of process the thoughts. And then by the time you've kind of been in and got it all out, you're over it.
Yeah.
So I've been on paper, I've been on computer, and I just learned to process things for what they truly are. Yeah. And just move on. Life is too short to be mad.
I get it. Because you know what? I tell people, place your energy to what is necessary. If it don't matter, then don't give it no thought, no second thought.
None. None.
So, Kisha, you know, I have to ask you this. What is your favorite reality TV show?
You are not going to put me out there like that, having people thinking I'm ratchet.
Go, girl. Tell everybody.
You know, and I'm going to be honest with you. At this point in my life, I don't watch a lot of TV. Just because I have so many goals and dreams and things that I'm pursuing. And so I had to find the time. So TV was one of the things that I scrapped to find time. But one of my favorite shows is, of course, Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I actually have a Ratchet one that I really watch, but I'm not even going to put it out there because it doesn't even deserve.
No, you already said it. You already said it. Go ahead.
I don't even remember the full name of it. It's the one, what is it called? Love and Hip Hop, is it?
Okay.
I think that's the name of it.
Okay.
But I used to watch that one back in my Ratchet days. I'm doing better, y'all, so.
Okay.
I'm doing better.
Okay. See? Okay, so if you had to pick one female singer that you would want to meet, who would that female singer be? And I know that it's way more than one, Kisha. Just give me one.
No. It's one. I know she's crazy as a bedbug.
Okay.
But I love me some Aerica Karriem.
And that's who you would meet.
You know what? She symbolizes freedom. And I love the fact that she's just good being her. And on top of that, the woman can sing. If you've ever heard her live, the woman can sing.
Okay.
Like for real. And her sound is so smooth and soothing. I love me some Aerica Karriem.
Okay, so just one. That's who you picked. Okay. So
yes.
If what pisses you off? What is your pet peeve? Like, I know you probably have more than just one, but just give me like one or two. Okay,
pet peeve is small. Pet peeve is small, and then pisses me off is a whole nother level. So I'm gonna give you a pet peeve, and then I'm gonna give you something that pisses me off.
Okay.
My pet peeve, ladies, please hear me and hear me with love. My biggest pet peeve is chipped fingernail polish, or toe polish. It drives me crazy.
Okay.
I have been in an interview and looked at a woman's fingernails and toes and just totally zoned out. Couldn't even listen to her, interview her right, because I was so focused on her toes and fingernails. That is my pet peeve.
Okay.
The thing that pisses me off is people who, and I want to say this correctly, people who, and it's easier to explain. A person who a selfish person. I'll put it like that. A selfish person. A person that just does not care for others is my biggest pet peeve, to watch someone be mistreated. Don't ever mistreat anybody in my presence because, you have to deal with me.
Okay.
Yes. Irks me to no extent. You see how mad I got just right there? Look, let me de-stress. I got to type up a letter and everything. Hold on. Seriously, watching someone be disrespected or devalued, it irks me.
Okay. So if you have a mother that is watching this, and they have been struggling in their business, they have been struggling to balance out business and personal and family, what would you tell them the first thing that they needed to do to get organized or to get balanced? What would you say? I know that I don't know a mother who is totally balanced at all. But what can you tell somebody that's trying to balance out all this stuff?
You know, and the one thing I always tell mothers, our biggest struggle is in our family. Forget business, because I think a lot of times, many times it's easy for us to just put business on a shelf. But the biggest struggle is family, trying to be that, the wife, the mother, the be all end all to your family, and then have that career, and then have that, and then have that, and then have that. But the one thing I always tell mothers is learn and know who you are. Because in knowing who you are, you will establish boundaries. You will establish guidelines. You will establish standards. When you know who you are, you will be able to say, okay, you know what? Because of who I am, that's not something I'm going to deal with. So it automatically X's that thing off. Because of who I am, because of what I want in life, I'm not going to do that. So it automatically kind of begins to filter your life when you really truly know who you are and where you're going, and you don't really have to weed out things. It weeds themselves out. Another thing I always tell mothers, find the spaces where family, life, business, whatever it is, meshes, and let them mesh. Quit trying to be, I'm professional Kisha over here, I'm mommy Kisha over here, I'm wife Kisha over here. Sometimes you got to let all that stuff just mesh all up together and do what it does, And I'll give you a good example. In my career, there were times when I had to work evenings or weekends. So guess what? Now you start to come into my personal family time. So what I would do is, okay, hon, this is a business trip or a business meeting. This is date night also. And so we would turn a gala or an evening ribbon cutting or whatever, we'd turn it into date night. Even when I had daytime ribbon cuttings or what have you, or evening ones, I would come home, pick my daughter up, and I would take her with me. So we would get to spend some mother-daughter time while I'm working. So in the instances where you can mesh it all together, mesh it. But in order to make it work, you have to weed out the stuff that you do not have to do. Because as mothers, we're taught to take care of everybody and be everything to everybody and to live a full life you can't. So one of the things you have to really do is weed out the extraness. If it's not necessary, get rid of it. Because guess what? At the end of the day, when everybody is standing at my funeral, the happiest people I want to have there are my husband and my daughter. Everybody else, y'all can be happy too. But if nobody else says anything good about me, my husband and my daughter will have they will speak of nothing but excellence of my life.
Right.
And my legacy, the legacy that will live on through them, to me is more valuable than anything else I will produce in this world. My children and my husband. And then to my mother, my sisters, those closest to me. I value their opinion. I value how they view me more than anything, because I truly feel like, when you look at people's inner circle, the people closest to them, they are a reflection of who you are. Whether you want to accept it or not, that's on you. I'm just going to put it out there, So a lot of times the things that we see, the negative things that we see in our daughters or cousins or friends or whatever, it's just a reflection of us, because you've allowed those people in their space. And they are a reflection of you. So you may be a really nice, good person, but you got some stuff. So fix the stuff. You'll weed all that extraness out. And people either have to line up or move on. That's the one thing you'll learn in this life. As you get to know who you are and you know what you want in life and all of that good stuff, things seem to line up. And I'm talking people, I'm talking business opportunities, I'm talking in your life as a whole. Your children. As you begin to truly operate in the fullness of who you are, it all lines up.
Yes, it does. And I just want to piggyback off of that. Who you are is not the roles you play.
It's not.
Mothers, you have to know that you're a wife, you're a mother, you're a sister. That is not who you are. Those are just the roles that you have. Who you are is your characteristics, where your goals, like you said, where you're trying to get to. So that I want to make that clear. So when people say, who are you? It's not the roles that you play. Okay.
And that's why, for me, when you ask me that question, I started with, I'm a servant. I'm a happy, energetic. That's who I am. Most of us say, I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I'm a salesperson. Stop identifying with your roles and get down to the deep down matter of who
the heart
you
of the
are.
matter. Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Right. So
Kisha, how can someone get a hold of you?
You can find me. I'm everywhere. Twitter, Facebook. I actually go by Kisha L. Allen. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. You can go to my website, which is KishaLAllen.com, and that's Kisha. Everybody wants to throw an E in there, but it's KISHAL, and then Allen, ALLEN.com. And again, you just Google me, and my email address is KishaLAllen.com. If I can ever be of service, as you begin to make the journey in business or life, relationships especially, wherever I can be of service, I am called to be whatever you need me to be when our paths cross. That's my call. So however I can help you, please let me know.
Okay. Now, are you having any upcoming events or having anything that they should know about?
Yes, and if you you can actually go and sign up on my website to be, to get notifications and all of that. But I do on August 24th have an event in the, I want to say DeSoto or Duncanville area. The more information is on my website. It's called Struttonista, and we will be talking about building your purpose brand, which that's a whole conversation we can have in itself. I always encourage people to build purpose brands, which are based upon action instead of a personal brand. A personal brand is more so based upon a creative marketing team. So anybody can build a personal brand, but can you live up to that? Purpose brands you have to live up to. So if you're interested in finding out who you are, your skills, your talents, your gifts, your personality traits, give me a call, go on my website. I definitely would love to send you more information on that event. It's only $20. I'd love to help you in any way that I can. So yes, August 24th.
Okay. Well, Kisha, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart coming on and interviewing with me.
No, thank you. And I mean, thank God for the opportunity to anytime I can pour into someone's life, I'm truly grateful. So thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity as well.
You're welcome. Well, there you have it. All the mommies in the world that is going to see this. I am Aerica Karriem, the Mommy Lifestyle Success Coach, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.